Hi everyone. How are you? How is every one of you? Are you feeling these intense energies recently? I've been traveling for a few days, and now since I'm back, um, I can really feel like I'm wading through quicksand. Sometimes it's heavy and it's gray, and the weather is suddenly really cold here in Germany. It's all the time gloomy. There is not really a time in the day when you feel like, okay, now we are out and about and wake up, everyone. So it's always like it's about to get dark, really. And I recently had again really trouble with headaches, migraines, aches and pains. Um, my mood was affected. Whenever I talk to friends or acquaintances or just, people on my way to the shops or something, everyone was in the same mood, basically. They all said, oh, I was just ill for a few weeks and it was really bad and I have trouble recovering. And it suddenly felt a lot heavier. And I was wondering, why is that? I mean, we are so far now in the year. It's almost the end of the year, and this was a year of huge transformational energy. It was a year of clearing. It was a year of releasing. It was a year of cord cutting, healing, and just processing a lot of those energies that were coming through to the individual and also to everyone on earth. I do not like the term light workers because I believe everyone is a light worker, and I do not like the any term that is making up a separation between those and us. I'm just not assigning to that. But still, I feel like we should all be more uplifted, right? We should all be more feeling much better. So in this channeling, I'm going to ask the guides, why is it that we are all feeling like this is a really heavy time? It's a lot darker, it's a lot gloomier. There's things on earth happening, on the big politic stage, not very uplifting at the moment. So why is that really? When is the big turn? What can we do to be in better spirits, and what can we do to be in better health? And just overall advice for the collective. All right, I'm going to do my usual tuning in. If you do not like watching me for a few minutes, then just zoom forward and I'll see you on the other side. Drinking lots of water helps, I have to say. We have arrived. We're gladly speaking to you all today. This is a time of huge transformational energies, which requires trust. It requires trust to let the energies move through you and really transform you. Many of the light workers, or those people who are working intensely on their own progress on this, have trust to a certain extent. They had enough trust to let themselves be on this journey. But since it has become more painful, many of you have decided to not give your full trust anymore. But the pain is actually helping you to be more in the present moment and to be more available to us, to those energies around you that would like to have a more intimate connection to you. We would all love for you to be more available to dialogue. So when you have these questions in your mind, why is this? Why is that? Why am I hurting? And why is everything so gloomy, as you say? Give this pain, give this asking back to us. Let us be in communication. Do not dwell on this on your own. Shut out everyone else around you. Do not do that. Be gentle with yourself. Change is always hurtful when you are in the body. Because you are not only a being of spiritual, you are also a being of the physical. And being in the physical is most often hurtful. Because there is always a threshold. And when you cross it in a certain point of your transformational process, the transformation is so profound, changes so much of your structure, of your DNA, of your microbiome, of deep cellular level. These changes are changes not only in your physical, in your emotional, but also in your frequency body. And having a different frequency is always linked to being a completely different being in a completely different environment, because you are entering a higher plane of existence. This requires trust to let this transformation happen. It also requires free will. You will have to want this actively. You will have to get into this process by your own will. Doing this will require trust, and it will become ugly sometimes, and everything around you suddenly becomes more gloomy. And why is that? Because you are looking from a different kind of perspective. You are now having entered a different plane of existence. You are already in this higher frequency, and you're looking out into the plane you've just left. And of course, this seems gloomier to you because the world around you has not fully entered this plane of existence that you are in. It is not a shared reality anymore to the extent you were used to. You're now looking out from a different plane, different plateau. Please keep that in mind. And please do not blame yourself for being depressed or gloomy when you look upon this and feel this is much darker somehow. Yes, it is. And it is not a bad thing that it is much darker or that it appears much darker to you. It is always a perspective, right? The world has always been gloomy in November. It's just now that you're used to so much light, that you're used to so much serenity, harmony, blissfulness. You have tasted this. You can clearly discern now what is of higher frequency and what is not. What is it that you truly want and what is not? Some of you like to talk about a new earth and in effect an old earth at the same time. So these two earths you describe, this may actually be what you're seeing now. The new earth is what you feel within when you are having moved fully into the new frequency, when you feel good. And the old earth, it's what left behind. When you look back and all the world around you seems a bit more gloomy, because not everyone has arrived here. And not everyone has to. Please keep that in mind. So for a certain while, it will be more gloomy and it will be more difficult and the pain will be there because your body is still in a transformational process. So what the guides have told you about, you need to drink much more water, crystalline water. Please address it with love and respect and kindness. Speak to your water because it contains of molecules and it can speak back to you. It can feel, it can change its structure. Think of the brown rice experiment. You know about this on Earth. Everything has frequency. Everything you touch with love will benefit from it. Everything you touch with despair will be affected by it. Please remember this when you move through your day. Everyone you smile upon will be affected by it. Isn't that a wonderful thought? How mighty you are, humans. How mighty. We are of great presence on Earth. We are moving in and out of your existence every day. When you are in pain, we're sitting beside you. We are holding your hand, even if you don't know, if you don't feel. The pain is keeping you here. The pain is keeping you on your toes. It is not allowing you from going back to everyday life. So if you experience severe symptoms of headaches, of stomach aches, of unpleasantness in your bodies, unpleasantness in yourselves, ultimately, because the body is not an separate being from yourself. You are within the body, you are connected to the body. So when the body hurts, you are hurting, right? It is only from sharing as humanity the pain of birthing, the pain of transformation, the pain of creation, something. Yes, it is painful, but many of you go numb in everyday life when everything is as it should be in your eyes, when everything goes along just normally. And this is just not what is happening right now. What is happening is a period of huge transformational change, and we cannot say this enough. And we do not have the words to make you understand how huge this is. So this will have to do. But please be aware that we are all beside you. We are all walking with you every step on your way. We are here. And we are all your teams, all your guardian angels, all your friends and helpers from the other side. All your ancestors and friends who have passed. We all leave our footprints in your wake. Just one last word. Maybe it is too much to ask that you find bliss in this pain, in this moment of releasing old energy, of releasing old worlds, of releasing old parts of yourself. You are all fully reborn without dying right now. You're all still in the body, even though your existence has ended in a way. Your incarnations are beginning anew in this time of birth, of a new era. What we ask of you is to create with pleasure the person who you want to be and the place you want to be on. Please consider everyone's feelings in your everyday life. Humans tend to just think about the next thing touchable to them, and they forget what really one situation can mean to another person. The chain reaction that is happening when you smile upon someone or scold someone, ignore someone, how this can affect yourself, your own energy, and also the person's energy you're doing it to, and those people, you and they will interact in their days, and how this will affect those people again, and how they will interact again with other people. So it is not only yourself who you're doing a favor to when you smile at someone, when you are kind, when you are giving what is most beneficial to the other person and to yourself ultimately, because you will create a loving net around you that will affect everyone in your life, everyone in your world, ultimately. Because it is true, everything is connected. And we know it is sometimes not graspable for you. It is above your imagination. It is because you do not feel important enough to really let the thought to sit with you, that you can actually be this person who can affect many, many, many people in just one day. So when we all say in this community, let it be for the highest good of all, we ask you to take this into your everyday life. Let your days be for the highest good of all. Let your lives be for the highest good of all. Let every single action you do, let every single word you speak, let every single glance you take be for the highest good of all. This is ultimately for the highest good of you. Oh, it's always a need a time to come fully into myself again. Wow, so three consciousnesses came through. I feel like it was some kind of angelic, at least I think it was a group, but I think the angels were there always when I see those huge beams of light on when they speak with some kind of a choir voice, they have this is not a single voice in my mind. So I will assign this to the angels. And maybe ultimately it doesn't matter who exactly it was. It is a frequency or an energy that is very benevolent. I felt that. Mm. And yeah, especially the last thing I can remember, the last words. It was actually in a dream I had a few nights ago, a week or maybe more, but I can clearly remember it. I will not retaliate or recount it because it doesn't matter. Basically, it is what they just said. And I think it's very, very important that we really never underestimate ourselves in what range our actions have. So with this, I try to be not as gloomy as my world around me at the moment, and I try to be more uplifting to myself and ultimately to others. And this is what I take away today. And I would be very interested in what you take away from this channeling if you want to share with us. Um, this is a lovely community, and everyone can feel safe here. Everyone can feel valid and treasured, and everyone can feel respected enough. So please share what you really feel. And if you have questions or suggestions, what could we ask higher consciousness, please just leave me a comment. If you liked it, please subscribe. That will help me go forward. I wish you all a very lovely day. Bye.